invisible illnesses, realize that you can still lead a pretty healthy and active lifestyle. It's just not going to be the one that you had envisioned for yourself, but time marches on. And I got to tell y'all, damn it, I had it. I had that in my grasp, and I partly through my own fault, but partly through some circumstances out of my control, I lost that. My health really tanked in the past year or so, but I'm so determined to get it back because I've already done it once. I know what to do. But a big part of our health, of course, is our mental health. And having chronic illness really has an impact on your confidence because your entire life has just changed very drastically, and your abilities start to change, and yeah, it gets crazy. So let's talk about ways to silence your inner critic. This information is from Forbes.com. The ubiquitous they, as I like to say, they say we have 50 to 70,000 thoughts per day. For some of us, our thoughts are really negative, and think about that. 50 to 70,000 thoughts a day, and if even half of those are negative, you're literally drowning in negativity. So how do you fix it? It is fixable. It isn't easy, but it is fixable. First thing, you have to be aware of your thoughts. Now that might sound kind of silly on the surface, but a lot of our inner critic, it's unconscious. We're not super aware of it because it's such a habit. So you have this negative litany just playing over and over in your head all day. Well, if you're not aware of it, you're not going to fix it. And you need to remember our thoughts are often, usually, very exaggerated and very biased. And just because you have a thought, it doesn't mean it's the truth. It's just a thought. If it's something outlandish and really horrifyingly negative, just kind of observing, oh, that was weird, and let it go. Speaking of let it go, number two, if you want to silence your inner critic, stop ruminating. I am so good at ruminating. I will drive myself, I can't believe I'm laughing about this, but I will drive myself freaking crazy. Oh, if only I would have said this. If only I would have done that. Well, I didn't. I can't change it now. So why focus on it? Reminding yourself, replaying your mistakes all day, it's not a good strategy. It's not. First of all, it doesn't do you any good. What's the point? You can't go back and change any of that. All you can do is learn from the experience and move forward. You got to let this stuff go. I know that can be a lot easier said than done. Number three, what would you tell a friend? What would you tell a friend if your best friend came to you and said, "Oh my God, I'm so fat. I can't do anything about it. Oh my God, I can't quit smoking. Oh my God, I can't find a partner." What would you tell them? And you're like, "Yeah, you're right. You suck. You're horrible. You're screwed. I don't know what to tell you." Of course not. Of course not. You're going to be compassionate. You're going to be empathetic. You're going to offer them grace. You need to offer yourself that same grace and compassion. Another perspective on that, years ago, I was at a fitness event. And when you're not a skinny girl and you're at a fitness event, it can be really awkward. And the thing was over. The last session had just broken. It was a 3-day conference. Last session had broken up, and myself and my friend Lisa, who was another heavier girl, were talking, and we're standing there. Oh my gosh, and I'm so this, I'm so that, and I'm fat, and I'm ad nauseum. Well, this adorable little old lady walked up, and I mean little. I'm 5'4", and she's looking up at me. But she's standing there, and she's looking up at me and Lisa, and she's listening. And finally, she interjected and said, "Would either one of you walk up to a complete stranger and say those things?" And Lisa and I were so horrified. Oh my God, of course not. She said, "Then why on earth do you say them to yourselves?" And I really thought that was a profound way to look at it because I had not considered that before. I know you might hear that and think, well, no shit. Well, too bad. It was a shit thing for me. I hadn't considered that. Number four, if you want to silence your inner critic, show me the proof. Okay, you can't lose weight. Okay, you can't quit smoking. You can't find a partner, whatever it is. Get out a piece of paper, draw a line down the middle, list out all the reasons why you can and all the reasons why you cannot. Now, I'm not saying that your can list is going to be longer than your cannot list, but what this will do for you, it's going to help you gain a lot of clarity. It's going to help you process your thoughts. And it's going to give you a more rational, it's going to help you gain, I can't say it's going to automatically give you, it will help you gain a more rational perspective. Number 5, if you want to silence your inner critic, you're going to have to learn how to reframe your overly negative thoughts. I never do anything right. Oh, come on. That is the most ridiculous load of crap ever. Of course, you do things right. You've made it this far, you've done something right. When people start that, okay, I really suck at this. Well, okay, I do this when I'm exercising. There's some stuff that when I'm dancing, I nail it and I'm so good at it. Yes. And then the next move, I'm like, what? And what? It's like a drunk baby giraffe staggering around the living room trying to figure this out. Well, it would be easy for me to sit there, oh my gosh, I can't do that one move. Well, you know what? I don't focus on that. I laugh through that and think, well, thank God I can do the rest of them pretty well because this is pretty bad. So you've got to find a more, again, your thoughts, these thoughts are so negative and biased. You've got to find a more positive way to look at it. Everything, I mean, literally everything has another way you could look at it. Absolute worst case scenario, whatever you're facing, it's a learning experience. So instead of, oh my gosh, this was so horrible and this, that, and the other, okay, that really sucked. However, I learned this lesson from it, and cling to that. That stuff, you guys, this is all small shifts, but it's the small things that make a big difference at the end of the day. And finally, number 6, you want to silence your inner critic. So you're afraid to do something. Ask yourself, what's the worst that could happen? We're always looking at something from the perspective of, oh my gosh, what if I fail? Okay, what if you do fail? It's feedback. Now you know that whatever you just did didn't work for you. You can find another, if you still want to aim for that goal, you just got to find another way to get there. We let our fears stop us from moving forward. But really, what are we afraid of? I mean, honestly, if nobody's going to die, then freaking do it. Just do it. The only thing you should never be ashamed of failing. Yes, it can be embarrassing sometimes. Yes, our fragile little egos get bruised and they don't like that. But the only thing that you should be ashamed of is not trying. No one's going to look back on their life at the end and go, oh, well, thank God I never tried anything I wasn't good at. Very few people are prodigies. If you want to get good at something, you got to practice it. And that includes how you treat yourself. You need to work on these things. You need to be aware of your thoughts. You need to stop ruminating. When you catch that inner critic going, ask yourself, what would I tell a friend who came to me with these statements? Or ask yourself, would I walk up to a complete stranger and say these things? I really hope you're not that kind of person. You want to silence your inner critic? Get out a piece of paper. Show me the proof. Write down the pros and cons, the reasons why you can and the reasons why you cannot. It's not going to solve all your problems magically, but it will help you gain clarity, and it's going to help you sort through the emotional crap that we usually attach to such things. You need to learn how to reframe your overly negative thoughts. I can't lose weight. I have a hard time losing weight, but I can do it. I can't quit smoking. Well, you know what? I fell off the wagon last time I quit smoking, but I made it 5 days, so this time I'm going to make it 6. It's seriously, and especially y'all when it comes to smoking, excuse me, I'm very itchy today. If you're quitting smoking, you just keep damn trying until you make it. It's a very, very difficult addiction to kick. And I always feel, as someone who kicked it quite some time ago, I always feel so bad for people who want out, but they don't know how to get out of that addiction. You can do it. You can do it. And a big part of that is reframing your thoughts on it. And, dealing with the withdrawals. But it is doable. Finally, you need to ask yourself, you're dealing with your inner critic, what's the worst that could happen? Okay, you quit smoking. You quit smoking for a few days and it doesn't take. Okay, but what's the worst thing that happened during those few days? You had a few days off. You gave your body a break. You probably saved some money. And don't look at it as a failure. Okay, it didn't work this time. Just try again. Why am I so fixated on smoking? That's really weird. Huh. Anyway, anyway, that is all I have. Today was day 30, y'all. I said I was going to do 30 days in a row, and this is it. I am very proud of myself. However, I'm going to end up doing 31 days because I'm going to go back onto my I was going to say regular, my old, it hasn't been regular for some time now, Monday, Wednesday, and Friday schedule. And for right now, it's going to stay at the same time, 11 o'clock Alaska time. So, you'll have a great afternoon. And oh, please subscribe or follow me on whatever social media you're seeing this on. And just remember, if y'all try to troll me, I can't read your comments while I'm on this platform anyway. I know there's a way to do it. I shouldn't say I know. I heard there is a way to do it, but I haven't figured it out yet, which reminds me, I need to make a note so I'll remember. You guys have a good